Now Snoop Dogg is getting backlash from what he said. We just spoke about this yesterday. We knew it was coming. We knew it was. So let's check this out. Seems like the twins have a compilation of things. Get over and follow the Hodge twins. Tell them Tyrone Magnus sent you.
The interview that Snoop Dogg is doing going around where he was like, I took my son to the Light Buzz, whatever Toy Story movie that's
Lightyear.
out. And it had two women kissing, and somehow he just could not explain that gay people exist. This man is upset because he had to explain that people who are not straight exist.
She's totally misrepresenting what he was saying.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And oversimplifying it. Okay? Like we all said, what it is parents will discuss sexual things with their children when they deem it right. Don't put it in movies that children are going to go to. They're going to open up a whole can of worms when parents have certain subjects planned to be discussed at different levels of development. So it's not for Disney to decide when you talk about it. It's for the parents too. That's what it's all about.
He does not want them to exist. He just said two women had a baby. Right. How do you explain that to a kid?
Yeah, you can't explain that to a kid. And beyond that comprehension.
Yeah. And
the child at this point does understand. It takes a mother and a father to make a child. So for him it's just, no. Don't feel like discussing this right now. We'll talk about it at another time. Some people teach their children extremely early about this stuff. Some don't. And I would say most don't. That's the reason why they get backlash from stuff like that.
Calculus to a kid, at a certain age, you're not able to comprehend certain things. That question is so nuanced. This could be several possibilities how two women can have a kid, but it's not going to make any sense to a prepubescent child.
Especially these days with the different combinations of people, of how they want to do things, and you could have adopted. One could be a biological male. Like, they're just different ways.
At a movie to see Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
But another thing, Snoop said he was scared, right? To go to the movies now.
Mm-hmm.
Snoop is not scared to go to the movies. This dude grew up in the hood. Going to the movies.
Yeah, it's a figure of speech. I'm scared to go to the movies now because now come on. He doesn't want to have these uncomfortable conversations before it's time. That's what it's all about with the children.
Does not scare him. He was talking metaphorically about certain things being introduced to his child without his knowledge. Yeah, he's talking metaphorically. He's not scared of going to the movies because he might see something gay.
It's all the alphabet people.
News flash. A lot of parents are uncomfortable having stuff like that in child movies.
Right.
Yeah. Y'all don't care because that's how y'all live. Yeah. But we don't want them to see that because we're not cool with it and we're not comfortable with it. Yeah.
As if that was a difficult thing for him to do. This is the type of weaponized incompetence that has allowed anti-LGBTQ, anything anti-gay to exist.
She's totally reading that. She's got the little teleprompter app going on over here. It doesn't even sound genuine when she's saying it because it's just a talking point. Yeah. If you are a parent and you feel uncomfortable with certain things in certain movies in front of your prepubescent child, it's totally nothing wrong with that. But these people will demonize you for it.
Yeah, vilify you for it.
As long as it has, because for some reason, people...
Hey, let's not forget that all the different controversies that Disney went through with the stuff in the animation, with the castle, with Little Mermaid, with that scene where the mice are going in that ride and there's that picture in there, that topless woman, and when Mufasa's son, what I'm talking about, lays down and what does it spell out? And there's just all these different controversies in the past. And then now it's in stuff again. And parents are like, come on, what? Are you the happiest place on earth or not?
Act like gay people don't exist.
No. So she's totally misrepresenting what he said.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Try to twist it.
on the podcast.
Right. Everybody know y'all exist.
Yeah. And nobody's trying to take that away from you.
And children figure it out early. They know. They know. I remember as a child knowing who was gay and who wasn't. We knew.
We just don't want it thrown in front of our kids. Like straight people, we want our kids to be straight.
Right.
And sexuality is a biological side to it. And then there's also your environment can have an impact on your sexuality.
Yeah.
It's just a fact.
And then they're like, well, don't shove it down my throat. Even though every single movie and every single cartoon made centers heterosexual love stories. So
Yeah, 'cause it's natural. That's more dark. That's
I knew they were going to say. I was waiting for them to say.
They say it's natural.
They demonizing us because we're normal.
Yeah, but it's also natural to say there's gay people. They've always been around.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, but they're not as typical as straight.
Shoved down our throats. It's the expectation that it should only be a man and a woman and that a man should chase a woman. Let's not get into the early Disney days where apparently y'all can use that to tell women that they're being delusional. But we were all inundated with the same propaganda about heterosexual relationships. So pick.
That's propaganda?
What propaganda?
Without straight couples, you wouldn't be alive. Did she just call straight couples propaganda?
Yeah.
The most educated demographic of people, everybody. Here we go. I'm
Oh,
telling you.
Lord.
Female sub-Saharan.
One.
Come on,
You can't sit up here
sports.
like, well, I don't want gay anything in media, but I also don't want y'all to sit up here and believe the propaganda of heterosexual love. Like, which one is it? Because y'all are really pissing me off.
Hey, Kevin, it's
This is throwing all three of us off. This is ridiculous.
propaganda when it's straight couples, but it's not propaganda when it's gay couples. It's totally propaganda when the other side does. So they can have this sense of outrage when they see straight people, but we can't have that same outrage when we see gay stuff thrown in front of our little kids at Buzz Lightyear movies.
Look, if you would have put it in adult movies, that's totally fine. Every show I look at, I said, well, they put it in this movie.
It's in everything.
It's in everything. But now y'all putting it in kids shows.
Yeah.
You just kid movies. It doesn't belong there.
Yeah, you're taking it too far, and that's where you're getting pushback.
Yeah.
The fact that he really thought that this was where it was at, he's done. I mean, I was never a Snoop Dogg fan to begin with, to be honest with you. LA is, you feel me? I'm from the Bay Area, so it's always going to be the Bay over LA all. But
How childish is that?
He's
The
whack as
Bay
hell.
over LA.
How childish is that? It's always the Bay over LA. Only a female sub-Saharan would say that.
Snoop Dogg is successful. He will always be successful. Just because you don't like him, or suppose you don't like him because you're from the Bay Area. How
the
stupid.
fact that he got his old ass up here to sit up here and open his mouth between him and Ice Cube, they all going outside.
Oh, this thing, there's something I gotta say about this too. Every time somebody got something to say, and they say something correct, someone comes out of the woodwork about something bad that they did in the past, as if it totally discounts what they just said that was true. Snoop is not squeaky clean. I could talk about several things that I've seen in the past with him, but what he said was correct. The majority of parents don't want that in their children's programming because they will discuss it with their children when they're ready. They're not hiding gay people from their children. The children already know they exist. But the little boy asked him how did two women have a baby. He didn't want to have that discussion. He's got that right. Most parents feel the same way. Grandparents and parents feel the same way. That was his grandbaby. So I don't. People take this way too far.
Let this be a reminder to you.
But yeah, I've seen people in my comments say, "Well, remember what Snoop said? It don't matter. So what? What he just said was correct, though. Just because he said this 3 years ago or 2 years ago or last year." Doesn't discount that he just said something that's relatively true for most people in this world. They want certain things in children's programming. And they want certain things to not be in children's programming. They want certain things even in adult programming. And they want certain things to not be in adult programming. Okay?
That people are going to disappoint you. It doesn't matter how liberal or whatever they seem, they're always going to sit up here and disappoint you because they're dumb. He can sit up here and take whatever he had to explain to his kid and shove it up his...
Yeah, but he's dumb.
And then it's like they totally demonize you. They do totally demonize you and throw the baby out with the bathwater. You never ever did any good in your life. And you make one comment on one thing that happened to you, and all of a sudden you're an evil person, irredeemable, all this other. I'm telling you, and you see what side is always doing it.
At the end of the day, the kids gonna learn that whether it's from Pixar or not.
So let me get this.
You know what? It's a time and place for everything. It's a time and place
That's
for
right.
everything.
That's
And
right.
Buzz Lightyear is not the time.
Yeah. Snoop Dogg is scared to go to the movie theaters.
What is that?
Yep.
What is that?
You know what that is.
That's a woman.
You hear what he said?
Oh, androgynous looking.
Okay, he said,
So I already know he's not really scared, so he's gonna say he's scared. Let me see what this other.
You go from being the poster child of coolness to complaining about how you're afraid to take your kid to the movies because they might.
All right, I'm done with all this. There you go. And we knew it was all coming. It is what it is. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you all think about. Think about this. Okay, because I knew it would get all blown out of proportion. There's so many things that you could say, that you could see in certain children's programs. I remember when I was younger, cartoon characters was smoking and drinking and doing all this other stuff. Because if you did not know, cartoons weren't originally made for children. Adults were watching them. They would have them before movies. So that's why when you watch certain Looney Tunes, you'll realize that there's adult jokes in them. That's because they weren't originally just made for children. The children loved the cartoons, and people saw that as being a very good way to entertain children, educate children, sell things to children, you know what I mean? Like Transformers, that is a toy series commercial. It is a long commercial for nothing but toys, so that the parents buy it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. 10 million subscribers.